Kale, I had my first pelvis trans-abdominal, transvaginal ultrasound, where they put the probe of the ultrasound up to see my uterus, because my uterus is having issues. Last menstrual cycle, my cycle lasted for about 12 days, very heavy, and normally it's about 5 days. So I was very concerned, and I went to my OB, got my annual pap, and did all that stuff, and she ordered an ultrasound where they put the transducer up through your vaginal canal to see the uterus, pretty much to see if there's any abnormalities, any cysts growing. They don't check the fibroids, they don't count that, because that's specific towards if like you're conceiving for someone, like surrogates, or if you're trying to freeze your eggs. So they'll look at each follicle and count and measure. So this one is just, they say it's brief. I don't even know how long it took, but they did the on top of the pelvis first. So they required us to drink 32 ounces of water so that the bladder is full. So I drank maybe 45 minutes. The instruction was an hour prior, but anyways, 45 minutes I did it, and it was still full. I still needed to pee, and that's only because, actually it was over an hour, because the wait, my appointment was 30 minutes late when she called me back, so it was about an hour. They're never really on time, right? So 45 minutes worked out for me. Anyhow, they just want to see your bladder full so they can distinguish the different anatomy in the pelvic area when they're doing the topical. So you don't take your pants off yet. It's just right on top. Make sure you know the date that you had your last period, the first day of your last period, and that's for the ultrasound tech. So once she did the top part, then I had to go empty my bladder. Once I emptied my bladder, that's when I came back. She had me take my underwear and pants off. She covered me up with a gown, and then she put the probe in. So she sat on my right side, and you're like getting the pap, but so they're not in front of you, they're still to the right of you. So their right hand goes through with a probe. And I've never had a dildo put inside me, but I don't know what this was. It was like, so the transducer was really cold. That's all I felt, that it was cold. It was entered into the vagina, and yeah, you just feel this coldness. And it didn't seem like she went in deep. Like it was just, I felt like a ball thing, and then the stick that goes in, and she just kind of like tilts it around every now and then, getting her angles, measuring, clicking. You'll hear thunk, thunk, thunk. Kind of like she's playing games. She said it was, a lot of people say that it sounds like the casino machine, because she's like pressing down on her machine and measuring and freezing the image. So that was interesting. And then it didn't, like I said, it didn't feel like she went in, because like with a pap you feel them going in with the clamper thing. But for the ultrasound, it didn't seem like it went in too far. And she kept her hand there. So I think it was like 5-10 minutes. And then once she pulled it out, then it felt like it was like a lot longer. But I didn't feel pressure. I didn't feel pain. I didn't feel like I was bleeding or anything. So that was my first transvaginal ultrasound. And I survived it. And hopefully I get some results. Good results, that there's nothing abnormal in there. But I just wanted to share my experience with this. Yeah, because normally people who are pregnant, they get that, and they'll check where the baby is, I think, and the fetal and how everything's going. But this is for other abnormalities. So yeah, that was a first. Well, just wanted to share my experience as being a female and medical treatments and all the stuff that we have to do. So toodles, noodles.